Friends, so again I'm going to describe to calculate the number of ones in number, which is also called the parity of a binary number. So here I'm going to describe the multiple methods according to their complexity. So if you see that this is the very first method which I have already described. If you have a number 1011, then you can calculate its parity, means number of 1, with the help of a bit mask. So this is my mask. Okay, so what mask, the usefulness of mask is to extract the last set digit. Okay, so I am setting 1 here because I want to extract the last set digit from this number, so that's why I am using this bit mask. So if I do a bit mask AND, bitwise AND, so the result will be 001. Then I will add this into a result. Again I will shift this number to right by 1, then this will be 0101. Again I do a bit mask to extract the LSB. Okay, so bit mask is used to extract the last LSB. So again it will give me the 1. I will add this 1 into the result, so 1 plus 1 will be the 2. Again I will do a right shift and extract the last digit, so this is 0. Add this 0 into the result, 2 plus 0 will be 0. Again I will do a right shift and the final x will be this one. So for extracting this bit, again I will do a bit masking, so this will return the 1. So 1 plus 2 will be 3, and this is the code for calculating the parity with the help of bit mask. So there is an x, so I am adding result is equal to result plus x and with a mask. So this is x and 1, and shifting the x to right by 1, and the result will be written x modulo 2. Now calculate the complexity for this algorithm. So let's say you have the number of bits set is k, then the complexity will be order of k. So here number of set bit is 3, so the complexity for this algorithm will be order of 3. Okay, let's try to discuss the next method. Now this is the another method for calculating the number of bits in a number. So we have already discussed that if I use this expression, if x is a number and I calculate the y, x and x minus 1, so what it does, it mark the last set 1 as 0 in x. So let's say 1011 is the x, or if I calculate x and x minus 1, so this will be 1010, because it will convert the last set 1 as 0. Okay, so increment the counter as 1 because this is non-zero. Okay, now x is 1010. If I calculate x and x minus 1, so it will reset this 1 as 0. So 1 0 1 will be replaced by 0 and 0. Okay, so now this one was 0, now this one was 0. Now again this number is non-zero, so increment the counter by 1. So c is 2. Now this is my x is equal to 100. So if I calculate x and x minus 1, so now this 0 will be, this 1 will be 0, because this expression replace the last 1 from the LSB to 0. So now C will be 3. Since this value is a 0, so we cannot continue again. So this is the code. While x is greater than 0, we calculate x and x minus 1 and C++. The complexity for this algorithm is order of log n, because we are not using the mask and we are not iterating over all the digits. So that's why every time we are incrementing by a constant value. Okay, here we shifted by a 1, here we shifted by a 2, here we shifted by 3. So the every time your loop is going to increment by a constant value. So that's why the complexity of this algorithm is log n. Why log n? Because in binary search, every time you divide your problem into 2 sub problems. Okay, so here we are not dividing the problem into 2 sub problems, but we are not going to iterate all the digits. Let's say if your number was this, okay, so at the first iteration you will reset this number, and the second iteration you will reset this number, so number of iteration will be 2. So that's why the complexity for this algorithm cannot be a order of k, it will be order of log n. Okay, so this is the more optimized algorithms for counting the parity as compared to the previous one. Now this is the third approach in which we are going to calculate the parity. So parity means if you number of ones in your number are odd, then your parity will always be 1, otherwise parity will be 0. So you can see that I have a number of 1 1 0 1 0 1 1. So number of ones are 6, so its parity is 0. So what is the algorithm? Algorithm is means if you want to calculate the parity of whole numbers, so you need to start, you can divide the problem into two halves. Okay, so if I divide this problem into two halves, then it will be 1 1 0 1 and 0 1 1. This is my A and this is my B. Then take a XOR between these two. If I take the XOR of between these two, the 1 1 0 1 and 0 1 1 will be 1 0 1 0. Again divide this number into 2. So this will be 1 0 and 1 0 and take the XOR. So result is 0. So what is the result? Then your LSB will be your parity. So LSB is 0. It means your parity is 0. Okay. So we do the XOR of 0 and 0 will be 0. So last whichever is remaining, last one is called the parity. So its parity is 0. It means your number of ones in your number is odd. Sorry, even. We are using the XOR and one associative property, that if I XOR A and B, then A XOR B will always be B XOR A. That is called the associativity in algebra. So if I calculate the parity of A XOR B, then it will always be equal to the parity of B XOR A. That's why we are doing the XOR for calculating the parity. What does it mean? If I calculate the parity of these two numbers and do XOR, that will always be equal to the parity of this number. So I did the XOR and calculate the parity and dividing the problem into two subparts. Every time I am dividing the property into problem into halves. So the complexity for this is order of log n. Let's try to calculate the parity for this number with the help of XOR. So first I will divide this number into two parts and do XOR. So if I do XOR 1 0 1 0 0 1 1, so 1 1 XOR will be 0, 0 1 will be 1, 1 0 will be 1 and 1 0 will be 1. Again divide into two parts and do XOR 1 1 1 0. So 1 0 will be 1, 1 1 will be 0. Again do XOR and divide 0 1. So 0 1 will be 1. So the parity is 1 for this number. So you can calculate 1 2 3 4 5. So number of ones are odd, so parity is odd. Okay, in the next video I will explain how to apply these algorithm where your number is very large. So there are two mechanisms. One is the cache mechanism. You can cache your sub result. Okay, and another thing is you can process multiple bits at a time, because let's say these are the 8-digit number. Let's say your number is 64 digit. Then how do you calculate? How do you calculate the number of bits in that number? Okay, so let's try to understand that.